So let's look at bus stop method division. Let's take a sum like, how many times does 3 go into 76? So I'm going to start off with my tens and then deal with the units, which is different to all other sums we've done recently. So addition, subtraction and multiplication, we always, when we're doing column method, start with the units, but when we're doing division, we'll start with the tens. We start on the left and we move to the right. So first of all, the question is, we're going to split this 76 up into two sections. So how many times does 3 go into 7? Well, it goes twice and there's one left over, because 2 3s are 6, and we can't get another group because that would make 9, and we don't have 9, we've only got 7. So 3 6, we get 2 full groups with 1 left over, and we carry that 1 and put it over into the units over here. So now we're saying, how many 3s are there in 16? How many 3s are there in 16? Well, I can go 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. There are 5 groups of 3 in 16. So we'll put 5 up there with 1 left over, and because it's the end of the sum, we'll say remainder 1. How many 3s in 76? 25, remainder 1. Now if we wanted to do that sum and use decimals instead of just saying remainder 1, what we'd end up doing is putting a decimal point in the question number, just there, and putting a 0 after the decimal point. Now as we know, 76 is the same as 76.0. The number hasn't changed, but what it has done is enabled us to keep going. So if we say how many 3s in 76, well, we've done this bit, but we had 1 left over, so we're going to, instead of putting remainder 1, we're going to put the 1 just there. So now, because we put our extra 0 in, we can say how many 3s in 10. Now our answer, we also need to put a decimal point in the top. Whenever we put decimal points in, they must go in the column together on top of each other. So what's the answer? Well, there are 3, because that makes 9, with 1 left over. Now we could put remainder 1, or we could keep going. So we're going to put another 0, let's make it a little longer, and 1 left over. Do you see a pattern? Let's just check it. How many 3s in 10? 3, with 1 left over. We could keep going forever, but I haven't got all day. So we know that the answer is 25.3333333. Actually, it'll just keep going forever, so we can say 33 recurring. Or you could round it up to 2 decimal places and just say, well, 0.33. What about if we have a bigger number? Shouldn't be any different, but let's say, how many times can we get, let's say 6 into a number like 783? Just because the number's bigger doesn't make it any harder to do, it just takes a little bit longer. Hundreds, tens, units. Usually we put these on top, but actually we're putting our answer on top, so we need the space. How many 6s in 7? Let me give you a moment. Yep, that's 1. And we've got 1 left over. How many 6s in 18? Now I know that 18 is in the 6 times table, so that's going to go perfectly. How many 6s in 18? 6, 12, 18. There are 3, so nothing to carry over. How many 6s in 3? There are 0. We have to carry that over. Now if we're doing it just with remainders, we'd say remainder 3. Remainder 3. But we're going to keep going and see what we can do. So we need to put a decimal point in and a 0, and we also need to put a decimal point at the top, otherwise our answer gets a little bit too big. There we go. So how many 6s in, so we're taking over the 3. Actually, why did I put a 0 there? We don't know the answer yet. We carried the 3 over, so the little 3 goes there. Now the question is, how many 6s in 30? Well, there are 10 6s in 60, so there must be 5 6s in 30, so the answer is 5, and we have a perfect answer. How many 6s in 783? 130.5. There you go.